everybody, welcome back to another episode of Chasing Little Greenfish. I'm Brian Partak, and we just wrapped up stop number 2 of the northern swing of the Toyota Series on beautiful Lake Champlain. Had an interesting week, learned a lot, got a Lake Champlain recap headed your way.
Good one?
Yep. Oh god, this is it.
Nice work, dude. Good job, dude. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Please, Lord. Here she comes. Here she comes. Get ready.
Yep. Still haven't seen her. There we go. Here comes. Let's freaking go, dude. You might have a chance for tomorrow.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into the Lake Champlain recap, there are a few people I'd like to thank that make all of this possible. Lucas Oil, Bedford Sales, Ben Green Insurance Agency, Bridgford Foods, Mercury Outboards, and Phoenix Boats. And I'd also like to give a special shout out to my girlfriend Anna, who did a great job of taking care of me this week. I greatly appreciate it. Couldn't have done it without you. All right, let's get into it. Lake Champlain, what a place, what a fishery, world class. In my opinion, one of the top 5 lakes in the country. And this place is a good old-fashioned slugfest. This week, 3-pounders are gonna do you no good. That's right, 15, 16, 17 pounds a day, unfortunately, is gonna send you home without a check. So I knew coming into this go-around that the target weight was 18 pounds better. Really, if you want to make the top 25, I knew that you were gonna need to catch 19 plus. So that was my game plan, and being here now, being my 3rd time, starting to get a little bit more familiar with the key areas of Lake Champlain. But it is still a very massive lake, and it can still be very intimidating, especially the first time that you come here. So for me, this go around, I was going to target the mid-lake area. Again, that's how I had my success last year, and I had a really big bag last year. My co-angler had 19 pounds on day 2 last year as well, so I had a better understanding that this time I was going to really go all in at fishing that 25 plus depth range. It was very similar to what we had last year. We had lots of sun, calm weather in practice, and then the tournament we were going to get the wind, and we were going to get overcast and rainy conditions, and that was something I kind of learned last year, kind of how to fish those conditions. So this go around, I used a lot of strategy, and I kind of made sure that the way I practiced was how it was going to kind of set up in the tournament. Being that it was sunny and calm, those fish weren't kind of setting up just right in that deep water yet. They were suspended a bunch, they were chasing around the bait a bunch, and you had a hard time getting them to commit to anything. But the ones I were catching was either on a swim bait or a spy bait. And I will tell you this, that spy bait is awesome. It will definitely get you a lot of bites. The issue I had this week with it is not having a really good understanding yet of the spy bait is I had a lot of them come off. So coming into it, I really wanted to catch my fish on a drop shot this week or a Ned rig, dropping it down to them or making long casts to them and getting those fish there, because again, I felt like with the drop shot and the Ned rig, being a single hook, being a stout hook, that your land ratio was going to be way up. And that's the thing with the smallmouth here on this lake. So when you hook those fish, they're going to go airborne, especially the big ones this week. I got some great footage of that. I mean, they're going to get 2 to 3 feet of air. So you definitely want to make sure that your equipment is ready to battle these fish and land them, because they are going to give you a run for the money. That is for sure. Equipment for me this week was pretty simple. I was using 2 setups. I was using a Dobyns 703 spinning paired up with a Daiwa 2500 series Procyon reel 10-pound braid to an 8-pound gamma fluorocarbon leader. Partnered up with throwing the larger flatworm this week with a 1/0 split shot drop shot hook. And the second setup for me this week was the Dobyns Ecstasy 752 SF. This is actually their flagship model rod. Super light, lots of backbone, soft rod tip. I was using a Daiwa Ballistic 2500 series 10-pound braid to an 8-pound gamma fluorocarbon leader. Just throwing the Ned Dizzy, a 1/4 ounce Ned head hook. Link to all these items are below if you want to check them out. There was my setups for fishing Lake Champlain this week. Let's get into it. Day number 1. Again, here it is. Here's the rain, here's the clouds, here's the wind. And it was definitely bumpy. That's another thing on Lake Champlain. You better make sure that your equipment is ready to withstand this place, because she is going to throw everything at you. So some advice I'd give you: make sure your trolling motor brackets secured, go underneath there, check all of your bolts and nuts. Same thing with your brackets on the front and at the dash. You want to make sure that everything is nice and secure and tight, because this place can be brutal. Got to my location day 1. We got there, everything was going as planned. I see my lives go. They're setting up perfectly in that 28 to 30 foot range. And the first fish I pitch to, she swims over, gets it, set the hook, she jumps, and she comes off. And I tried to shake it off, get that out of my mind, checked my line, made sure everything was good. Went about 15 more feet or so, saw another one, pitched over to her. She swims over, she gets the bait, they set the hook, she comes airborne. She's every bit of 4 pounds. Co-angler's going for the net. I'm battling her, she power dives, she breaks me off. Just lost a very key fish, knowing that the first one, yep, okay, it was a 3-pounder, that sucks. But those 4-pounders, especially this go around, what I saw in practice, they were getting more and more difficult to catch. So started getting spun out a little bit, and I know that in years past, that would have completely destroyed me. I was able to reset myself, get myself calm again, and go back to fishing. And the first fish I put in the boat is a high 3. So there we have him, get the ball rolling again. Started playing the wind of my area. Saw that the wind had changed quite a bit from practice. The benefit was being here last year, I kind of knew this area pretty well, and I knew how it's set up. So I knew that there was a shoal over here, or a rock pile over here, or a hard break contour line, and I played the wind. And as soon as I did that and went to that area that the wind was blowing on and was fighting it with the trolling motor, I started catching them. And this one particular area, it was on fire. And as you'll see here in these clips, I put some really nice ones in the boat. That was day 1. Drew a co-angler from Georgia. He caught him pretty good. His name was Noah. I think he had just under 16 pounds. And we were sitting in 60-something place after day 1 with 17 and some change. Missed that target weight of that 18-pound plus that I was shooting for. But I did have the bites that I felt like, again, I would have had a shot at that 18-pound plus bag. Day number 2, I was super excited. I actually drew a guy by the name of Adam Deacon. He is from Colorado, and he runs a podcast. And his section of the podcast is called Business from the Bass Boat. He actually interviewed my brother Ben. I'll drop a link below of the podcast. of the interview with my brother. Adam's a great guy. He's done a lot for us. Obviously, spreading the word of Ben Green Insurance Agency and what we actually do for the angling community. So I was excited. Adam's excited. Gets in the boat, and the weather. It was still overcast, calling for a little bit of rain, but the wind, zero. I mean, we launched. It was pretty much almost glass. We were able to make that run to my area, and I was super excited because we were going to get a lot more fishing time. Get there, get to the spot, put the Ultrex in the water. Not good. Cannot turn
Do you have a remote?
Ultrex at all. The foot pedal was actually locked up. This is a known issue that is the steering switch. And if you have one of the old ones, and the dead giveaway on the old one is that these two little red dots here, the switch part, is exposed. On the other one, all of this is closed. So definitely be aware of this, because if that gets wet on you, your foot pedal is going to lock up, and that's what happened to us. So I go to work. Luckily, I had the tools to do the job, but I was missing one very key tool, and that was a hammer, because when you get to that part, you actually have to take the foot pedal pin that allows the trolling motor pedal to go up and down. That rocks on a pin that you have to knock out, and you have to use a screwdriver or a punch, and you need a hammer. Well, I didn't have a hammer, so we had to go to the bank, throw some footage of this in there, had to get an old trusty rock. Still kept the rock here.
That'd be Net Rocks.
Oh my gosh, dude, this is...
Dude, YouTube title, Net Rocks.
Oh yeah, we got it. That's a nice
Woo!
one. Yes, okay.
Nice.
I'm changing that part on the water. Adam, these fish come up schooling. We're in pretty shallow water. They actually come up schooling. He loses really nice ones on a spook that just didn't commit right to the bait. And then he actually catches one almost 3.5 pounds on a spy bait, which was awesome. So I'm glad he at least caught a fish in that process. So got the troll motor fixed. We're back out there. I'm live scoping them, hunting them down. Every area that I was fishing, that it was, now it was slick calm, I knew that that bait was now just swimming everywhere. That life was swimming out, because again, without the wind pushing them on those areas, they could go anywhere. So once I realized that, I started covering a lot more water, a lot faster, keeping my live scope out to 100 feet in front of me, and just making zigzags. And eventually I got on this stretch, and they were there. And went to putting them in the boat, again, all in a drop shot. And I caught two really key fish in the last hour. One was one of those 490s, and the other one was probably like a 460. Yeah.
Good one. Yeah.
Got one. Mine's a giant too.
Care if I net mine real quick?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Oh my god. Nice, man. Sorry,
Let's
dude.
go.
That was
No,
drama.
you're good. You're good. That's a chunky one. Bassin.
BG, Adam and I just caught a double. Get up here real quick. This is gonna be the thumbnail right here. Double, Lake Champlain. Those are difference makers on this lake. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough of those. You need at least 4 4-pounders and a 3-pounder. That's a decent day, but those great days, you need to have 5 4-pounders. That's what you're really, in order to have one of those magical days where you're going to be in the top 10, you got to have 20 pounds each day. Again, you get rewarded on this place for being consistent. Unfortunately, this week, we fell in that average of 17 pounds a day, which landed me in 74th, and did not go home with a check. Missed the target weight, but had a lot of fun this week. Always look forward to coming back to Lake Champlain. And I need to give special thanks to, again, all of those that make this possible. Lucas Oil. If you've never tried Lucas Oil products, you should definitely give them a shot. They have all kinds of great products, not only for your boat, for your vehicle, RV, snowmobile, as well as finishing products such as the Lucas Oil Slick Mist. Check them out. I'm sure you will find a product that meets your needs. Bedford Sales, West Route 6, Morris, Illinois. If you're looking for a new or pre-owned boat, definitely check out Bedford Sales online, or if you're in the Illinois area, swing out there, check out their showroom floor. They do a great job for customer service. They don't just sell you a boat, they're there if you need them. Bridgford Foods, the premium brand. Hey, if you're spending a lot of time in a bass boat or hiking or any of outdoor activities, make sure you check out Bridgford Foods, their meat products. They have a great assortment of beef jerky, as well as my new favorite, the sausage sticks. Definitely check them out. They pack great in the boat. Ben Green Insurance Agency, huge shout out to my brother Ben, my cousin Kevin Sigalito. Many of you may or may not know that I'm also a licensed insurance agent. I work for my brother Ben. We insure fishermen. That's what we do. Home, auto, small business, as well as the bass boat. If you're looking for a new insurance agent, please consider us. If you're happy with the current insurance agent that you currently have, hey, stay with it. It's all about relationships, and we understand that as well. And lastly, Phoenix Boats. Again, this 921 Elite powered by this Mercury Pro XS 250 4-stroke was flawless this week. It's a great feeling knowing that you're going to be able to get to your fish and get back to weigh-in and get those beautiful Lake Champlain smallmouth across that stage. So there you have it. There's my recap. Thanks everybody for watching. As always, stay tuned. St. Lawrence is next, just in a month. We'll be back at it, battling them giant smallmouth. Looking forward to that one. And we'll see you on the next episode of Chasing Little Greenfish.